Okay. Patrick Kwako. Did you ever interact with him? Of course. He's the...
I think maybe... Not very many. Maybe twice or 3 times.
Is he hands-on in the company?
It would
twice or 3 times your whole time
It
there?
would be wrong for me to say anything about that because, again, without sounding ignorant per se, I don't get into the fabric of the company. I don't. I'm employed. I know my direct boss. It ends there. So I do what my boss tells me. Any other directive that comes from the likes of Patrick Kwako will be passed down through my boss. Yeah, okay. So I don't really...
You respect this authority and order structure.
Hiyo hainihusu. Hiyo nyingine hainihusu. Sijui nani ana own kampuni. The point is I've been employed. I'm doing my job. I'm getting paid for my job. It ends there. I don't need to know.
Okay. So you didn't really interact with him. It was high.
Yeah.
A high and a buy.
Yes.
Okay. So let's continue with this story.
Okay. So here we are. This is Kiss 100. 2006 at the end is when I was confirmed. So by this time, 2007, I think, I have now moved to officially the mid-morning show. So Caroline would start, and then myself, and then Shafi and Kaleche. And before I got my main show, like sometimes I told you, Kaleche would go up and do the breakfast show, and then I would have to sit in with Shafi. You know, Shafi is a guy for off the head. It's just off the top. Like his links are just here. There's only a guide to say, okay, so this link was supposed to be giving away a prize, or this link was supposed to be doing, you know, like who sings it best and stuff like that. But the nitty-gritty, it's off here. So me, I was still not that good. I was going to say not that quick. Chick, I ain't slow. But so it wasn't very easy especially for a show that was... Did you just
talk to yourself there?
I did. Especially for a show that wasn't mine. It was very... It took time for it to get into the system. You know, like mid-morning, I tell you I can do it without even thinking. But this is the drive show. The drive show had a lot more links and a lot more going on. Yeah. And Kaleche is that chick, Like there's an entire format that she has put together. And so you need to follow it. But you see, it was her show, so she just knew the skeleton of it, and then the rest detail just comes from the head.
Yep.
So he was pelekaing me, mbio sana. Anyway. So then eventually got the main show, my own show, which is the mid-morning, 10 to 3. Mid-morning was basically 10 to 11. I would do...
How does a day even look like? Like you wake up what time? Like when you do... Okay, that's not bad because it's not like a morning show where you have to be there at 4 o'clock.
True. So at this time, this is 2000 and... How old was I? I was 20... Wow, sorry. Let's calculate here for a bit. So 2004, I'm 19, right? 3 years later, I'm 22. Thereabouts. I'm 22. I'm still living at home.
So this 2007?
Yes. Still staying at home with my parents. This is Matasian. So there used to be 3 routes. Okay. Route number 1, a matatu from Matasia to Ngong.
What time are you leaving?
So anytime as long as I make it at 9 o'clock. So this would be maybe 7. Okay. So matatu to Ngong, that's a 126. Then you take a 111. 111, I can either drop at Dagoretti Corner and then walk
go down
Kingara Road all the way up,
James
and then
Gishuru.
take a 48 at the beginning of James Gishuru to take you to ST.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. So that's 3 mathrees. Or 126 to Ngong, 111 to Railways, and then a 105, which would now pass West sides.
Yeah.
3 mathrees. Lakini umeenda paka wapi? Railway.
Ai.
Alafu uko ni vita. Unapigana na wazazi wa watu ndio upate nafasi kwa mathri. Guy. It was bad.
Damn.
Like you would literally forget you are a child.
Me and my large
and this is a grown up. You're like, guy, you know there's only 1 chair left. Ati munakanyagana tu. What will you do? And the worst would be when it's night time. It's Railways. It's not safe.
Yeah.
And hey, let me tell you, City Hopper zimetujua, zimetuona. We've done wonders to enter that bus. Anyway, the other route would be, which was more like the quicker one and the easier one, because you'd be number 3 all through. 126 to Ngong, 111 to Prestige. Then you take a number 8 that comes from Kibera to cut across to Yaya. Okay. Then you take a 46 to go back to James Gishuru beginning, and then take a 48. 5 maths. Hujafika job.
Because you didn't want to walk down and up the hill of Kingara
Guy,
Road.
Kingara Road was a job. You know, I look at my pictures and I'm just like, this is why I never added weight. How do you add weight? Kingara Road was, yani I just used to see sometimes like some of my friends being carried by their parents and they're just like, baby.
Youth is hard.
I have walked that road, man. Alafu upande matatu. There's a day tire ilitoka ya nyuma. It was the back right on that Kamlima before you get to the cop station.
Yeah.
Mudhangari police station. Another incident would be mlango ikianguka. Oh my goodness. And you're sat over here, you're just like another incident. I'm telling you, mathrees are 48 ziko na drama. Sometimes you're sat at the front. Alafu umewekwa katikati pale. Yeah. On top of the what? Hiyo si ile engine. Ikianza kuboil. My guy. Me, I'm telling you, I have sat on that chair and there've been sparks. There've been sparks flying. That car is chomekai. And you know, first of all, it's an old car.
Yeah,
the dere is there now. Trying for Let me tell you. Matatu tumezipanda. Matatu zimetuonesha maajabu.
Sweaty.
I'm sitting on that, what do they call that
the
seat?
Bows.
Orbit. Ile orbit pale, ile katikati hakuna kiti. Hey, my God. Yani you are there, saizo you've been squashed. Literally, you are like this. But you have to get home. And you have to get to work. Because Caroline said, if you can't make it here at 9 o'clock, don't come at all. Saizo yani, let me tell you, by the time you're getting to job, umetoka jasho. Umetoka jasho sana. But the one thing I know I was not that chile for carrying ati extra shoes. My guy, it ain't. These same ones, ile nimekanyaga matope njo nitakuja nayo huko. Juu ya matatu, hizo vita, and then I'm zigo on top of that. Forget that stuff. Anyway.
So you're in at 9 a.m.
So I'm in at 9 a.m.
What are you doing from 9 until your show?
Prepping for the show.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was taking you through the 5-hour show. 10 to 11 was 2 for 2 in Love. So it would be either somebody has sent in a message and say, I'd like to send a message to my girlfriend or to my cousin, and please play them these next 2 songs. So what I would do is I would call them and pre-record the call. And we'd have like a nice banter, and then they'd tell me why they want those particular songs. And then I would set the link. So it would be, so our first 2 for 2 in Love today is all the way from Kirinyaga. And then I play the call. And then it now blends into the song. So we used to be taught that thing for if a song has like maybe an intro of about 15 seconds, as the call is going on, the intro has started. So it used to really give it a nice feel. So that's 2 for 2 in Love. I used to do 3 of them, because I used to have the first link and then 1, 2, 3. Actually, I used to have to play the first call in the first link. So 1, 2, 3, and then I had a speed link. Speed links were always for selling new music. And then the last link would be to tease ahead. The next hour would be 11 to 12, which would be Dr. Love, but I used to do it for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because the problems, guys would text. Me, I'm telling you, I have read the most weird things. Ati my boyfriend said, I can't get pregnant if we... What? Do you know biology? Do you know how biology works? It doesn't matter. Stand, lie down, bathtub. It does not matter. You know, so, oh my goodness. Like, there were so many interesting messages we used to get. So
did you have people who just always listen? You'd like, now they became regulars for you?
Absolutely.
So you got fans?
I still get people today who say, Sana, you should go back to radio. I didn't even know you through music. I knew you through radio.
Yeah,
And I mean, there are people who even say, wa, enye Sanaipei ulinisaidia sana. As in, iyo message yako, vile ulinishow, nikienda kasho boyfriend yangu hivyo, imagine aliniruka. So I knew, alikuwa ananichezea. You know, those kind of things. So yeah, so that's 11 to 1. So I would try as much as possible to try and call people, because on radio it's a bit, it's better when the interaction is heard, as opposed to just reading somebody's message, because you've had a lot of the times people say, guy, are you guys sure you really get those messages? I'm gonna create 2v2. So for that authenticity, it would be better if you called the person and the person actually said, this is what I'm going through. But because of the number of SMSs we had to deal with, sometimes we would deal with like 3-4 problems in one link. And I think that's why later when we got the new PC, who was now Pete Sinclair, he was like, people talk too much. There's too much talking. Why are you talking for 3 minutes? People's attention span is done. So that he's the one who actually reduced it to 1 minute 30. Stick to the time allocated.
Maximum 1 minute 30.
1 minute 30, yeah. Unless it's the drive show, because I know the drive show, sometimes their links would be even 3 minutes long. But mid-morning, unaongea nini? Unaongea, we kazi yako ni mziki na kubanta kidogo. So yeah, so that would be 11 to 1. 1 to 2, I would do lunches, like giving away lunch. So we'd have like a debonair, we'd have like a stairs. So basically you tease, and then you do the call, then you play the call, and you're done. And 1 hour is over. 2 to 3, the most requested Kenyan songs. So like maybe a segment of like, I think there were like maybe just 3 songs back to back. And then the stab, keeping it Kenyan for like now the weekday. Yeah, so that was Monday to Friday.
So, okay, so in fact you've brought up a good point there. So are now musicians coming to you and telling you, play my song, or giving you CDs, knowing, okay, explain
there
this.
Was so much drama, because you see now, being a musician and being a radio presenter and your songs are playing on your show, inasemekana umejiwekea nyimbo.
Because which was the first one which
at that time, Kwaheri was still playing, Najuta was playing.
Okay, stop, put a pin there, rewind selector. Let's talk about now recording your first solo song.
Okay.